brothers and sisters, we just have a few more questions in terms of the unanswered questions from previous sessions. So we will be taking questions from the floor as well. If any of you would like to ask Maulana Sahib a question, you can think about it in the meantime, and just perhaps maybe show your hand so I will pass the microphone to you to ask the question, inshallah. The next question asks, do Muslims pray for fellow Muslims who committed suicide? Are those persons who died in that manner still considered Muslims?
In the Hadith literature, we have the case of a person who was one of the companions. Rasulullah told the companions that if they would like to see an inmate of the fire, look at such and such a person. And they looked at this person and he was fighting very bravely on the side of the Muslims. And some of them were wondering, how is it that Rasulullah is saying that this person is the inmate of the fire? Until one of them came and said that he bears witness that Rasulullah has come to the truth. That this person who was fighting so bravely, he became injured and he could not bear his injury, so he took his sword and he ran out. He killed himself because he could not bear the injury that he had received. He committed suicide with it. And on the basis of this hadith, there are those who hold that whoever commits suicide will go to Jannah, will go to the fire. But this is not considered a correct understanding. The companions of the Prophet ﷺ who were blessed with living when the beloved Messenger ﷺ was physically present, they are held to a much higher standard than people who were not blessed with living when the beloved Messenger ﷺ was physically present. And so suicide is considered to be a grave sin, but it is not considered to be something that puts a person out of the pale of Islam. It is a grave sin. It is not like a person who commits shirk or worships an idol. These are grave sins, but these will put the person outside the pale of Islam. Suicide is a grave sin that does not put a person outside the pale of Islam. The person is still a Muslim. But we have to bear in mind also that a sin is committed when a person is not on an unbalanced state of mind. If a person becomes mentally unbalanced, then the action of the person is not considered a sin. Now, if a person commits suicide, we do not know whether in the last part of his life he became mentally unbalanced and he committed suicide. In that case, if that were actually so, then he would not have committed a sin. We cannot judge whether he became mentally unbalanced or not. And this can easily happen. So for such a person, it is not a sin. But for the person who is in a balanced state of mind and commits suicide, then that person has committed a grave sin. And generally, the recommendation is that we need to perform the ghusl and put on the kafan and the janaza and give the person a burial as is done with any other Muslim. That person has committed that grave sin. There are many other grave sins that many people commit. For example, people don't perform salat. To miss one salat is a grave sin, much as to be missing large numbers of salawat. So, do we pray for them? Yes, we would pray for them. Of course, a message needs to be sent that suicide is not an acceptable something for our Muslims. And this is why one recommendation that some people give is that while in a community some of the main leaders there, while they should make arrangement for the janaza and everything else, they should themselves not participate in the janaza, so that they're sending a message that this is not something that is acceptable. It is not that, whether you commit suicide or not, it is acceptable and you just move on. But the arrangements for the janazah, etc. need to be made. And the person has committed a grave sin, we make dua, we tell Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala for forgiveness for them, as we beg for forgiveness for others who have passed away, for ourselves and those who are alive as well. So yes, we should, but let us bear in mind that it is not that because the person committed suicide, that person is automatically going to